button. So we are recording. Again, it does not record you, it only records me unless you unmute your microphone. So if at any point you unmute and you need to check in with me, you're more than welcome to do so. Or if, I don't know, there's a nagging shoulder or something that we need to work around, just let me know because we can totally work around that. And then today, mostly no equipment, right? You need a mat and then ideally a foam roller. Raise your hand if you have a foam roller at your house.
I do.
Love it. Good. Boom. Go ahead and everybody grab your foam roller. We're not going to start out with it, but we're going to need it in about 20 minutes. Oh my gosh. It's out here. You know when you organize stuff and you put it in a new space and you're like, oh yeah, that's not where I kept my foam roller the last 4 months. Why did I decide to put it there this time?
Yeah, and you're always like, this is the perfect space. I'll always remember and it'll be so convenient. Never uses again.
And then you tear your house apart.
All right, y'all. So music, I'm gonna let you get pulled up on your side of the screen today. So I kind of like to just pull up my Spotify on a separate phone or iPad. Some type of, so you're searching for yoga flow, yoga instrumental. If you have your favorite kind of like yoga type of music, go ahead and get that playlist started in the next 30 seconds. And then we are about ready to get started here. So I'm gonna take those off. What I'm gonna do now is go through and mute everybody's microphone if they're not already muted. And then again, if you need to check in with me, you can always go ahead and check in. So we're gonna start on our mats lying on our left hand side. So we did these arm circles, or maybe I'm calling them like arm cars. So we started with these last week a little bit, but everybody meet me and you're gonna lie on your left side. Arm is gonna be straight overhead and your head is actually going to relax right on top of that left arm overhead. Good, so you're kind of like you're laying down in bed. Good, once everybody gets here, awesome. So this right arm, you're going to reach forward and then you're slowly but smoothly going to extend that arm all the way overhead. Continue to reach through your fingertips. As that arm gets overhead, you release both shoulders to the ground underneath you. And then your head is going to look over your right shoulder. And then you'll slowly and smoothly pull back to your starting position. Good. Once you're in that position, you're going to repeat for 2 more arm cars. Reach forward, smoothly, all the way overhead, release that right shoulder, head over the right shoulder. Good. Start to pull it back to the center. And then 1 more big, beautiful rep. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, open and release. Smoothly pull that back to center. Good. And then what you can do here is just roll over onto your opposite side. Now I'm going to kind of kick up and switch like this so I'm facing the screen. So you're on your right side, right arm overhead, left arm reaches out in front, slowly and smoothly start to open, 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 left shoulder hits the ground, head looks over that left shoulder, and then slowly start to smoothly reach, 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 back to center. Good, 2 more arm cars, reach forward, beautiful, start to open those lungs up. Good, 1 more big, beautiful rep here. Reach, 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 and relax at the back. Good, back to center. And then we're gonna go right into our first set of cat-cow. So you'll just gently push yourself up to a tabletop position. Knees stacked underneath the hips, wrists stacked underneath the shoulders, and you'll start with your first inhale as you drop the belly button and lift the tailbone. Exhale, pull that belly button in and tuck the tailbone. Good. We're here for about 30 seconds. So really kind of focusing on just that breath work. You know, the first cat-cow is always a little choppy, right? I always feel kind of choppy on that inhale. But as we start to open up that chest, shoulder, thoracic spine, you actually create space for your lungs to open a little bit more smoothly. Good, 1 or 2 more reps here. Big inhale, lift that tailbone. Good, let's kick up, meet in a plank position. Good, shoulders stacked over the wrist here, and then you're gonna shift back into a downward facing dog. From here, start to pedal out the feet by pushing one heel down at a time. All right, pushing both heels down to the ground. You're now gonna walk your hands back to meet your feet. So hands start to walk, walk, walk. Forward fold, relax the head, neck, and shoulders here. Really kind of shake out that head left and right, up and down, relax, relax, relax. Good, 1 vertebrae at a time. You're gonna slowly roll all the way to a standing position. No rush getting there. When you find the top of your mat, you're gonna roll your shoulders down and back. Take a big inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, swan dive. Forward fold, relax the head, neck, and shoulders. Walk out into a plank. Good. We're gonna go our first chaturanga here, so a little mini push-up to an upward facing dog. Hike those hips, downward facing dog. Good, start to walk the hands back to meet the feet. Forward fold, relax the head, and then slowly roll 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way to the top. Reset those shoulders at the top. Big inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Walk out into a plank. Once you get there, you can smoothly transition to your second chaturanga. Inhale up and exhale down. Walk those hands back to meet the feet. Forward fold, relax that head, shake it out, 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 and roll it up 1 vertebrae at a time. At the top, reset those shoulders. Beautiful. So what I'm gonna have you do here is you're just gonna take like 1 or 2 steps to the middle of your mat. And I'm actually gonna turn a little bit this way. You can stay where you're at. So we're gonna do a reverse lunge. So let's have everybody lunge back with their left leg, and that knee sets all the way down onto the ground here. Good, so knee is down onto the ground, shoulders stacked over the hips here. Let's put hands at the center. Beautiful. So we're gonna take an inhale, reach for the sky, and then on the exhale, the leg that's in front is the direction you're gonna side bend. Good. As you come back up to center, you release the arms, stand up out of the lunge, hands center at the top, and then right lunge back, collapse the knee, inhale those arms up, side bend over the left leg. Good, slowly release the arms, stand up out of it, hands to center. Beautiful, we're gonna do 1 more on each side. Left lunge back, inhale those arms up, side bend right. Good, smoothly and slowly come on out of it. All right, the slower you move here, the more control you have over your entire body. So I really just want you to kind of go at your own pace here. Good, slowly stand up out of it. And awesome. All right, y'all, so that was kind of round 1. We just did a quick little run through. We start with arm cars. We go into cat-cow, really loosening up the spine. From there, inchworm to chaturanga. Okay, if you're pretty familiar with yoga and you kind of like your own flow, you're more than welcome to kind of personalize this and do what works for you this morning on the inchworm to chaturanga. And then we finish with those lunging to side bends. So what we're gonna do now is 3 more full rounds, Follow my lead. We're basically at each movement for about 1 full minute. Starting on the ground again. Hold on, let me get this set. Boom, photo. All right. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and roll. We just lost someone. Okay, that's all right, she'll come back in. Go ahead and lay on your left-hand side, left arm overhead, relax that head. We're gonna do 3 total. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, smoothly open. Then that head looks over the right shoulder. Good, continue to come out of that. I'm letting Claire in real quick. There we go, you're doing 3 total on each side, y'all. All right, Claire's back in it. All right, we're gonna think one more on this right side. So the right arm should be moving overhead here. You're lying on your left side. Let's do one more big rep together by reaching forward with the right arm. Slowly and smoothly open, open, open. Head looks over the right shoulder as you release. And slowly come back to center. Beautiful, we're gonna switch sides. So now lying on your right hand side, right arm overhead. Good, knees stacked on one another. Slowly reach on the inhale. Start to smoothly glide that arm overhead. Release that left shoulder. Good, go at your own pace here. Really reach, 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 reach. And release. One more big, beautiful rep. Back to center. And then we'll do a smooth little transition to cat-cow. Push yourself up gently. Make sure all of your joints are stacked. And start with your first big inhale. Drop that belly button for a cow. And then reverse that. Again, you're going at your own pace here. Most important thing is you're connecting your breath with your movement. The inhale comes when the belly button is dropped and the chest is forward. The exhale comes as you drive that rib cage up, tuck that tailbone underneath you, and reach through the height of that back to really hollow out. About 10 more seconds here. Beautiful, meet me in a strong plank position. Shift back into downward facing dog. And then walk those hands back to meet your feet. Forward fold. Roll 1 vertebrae at a time all the way to a standing position. When you're at the top, reset those shoulders in your back pockets. Big inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive. Walk out into a plank. Chaturanga, tricep push-up, big inhale, push those shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, pike the hips, downward facing dog. Go at your own pace, we've got 2 more. You'll walk your hands back to meet the feet. Forward fold. Slowly roll 1 vertebrae at a time. Head, neck, and shoulders are the last thing to meet at the top. Once you're up there, roll those shoulders down and back. Take a big inhale, arms high. Exhale, swan dive. Walk out to a plank. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. Walk those hands back to meet the feet. Hang out here in a forward fold for a second. And then roll 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way to the top. Reset those shoulders. Big inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Walk out into a plank. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. Walk those hands back to the feet. Last one here, forward fold, relax that head, and roll up one vertebrae at a time until you meet at the top. Roll those shoulders down and back. Take 1 or 2 steps to the center of your mat. Left lunge goes back, collapse the back knee, hands at center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, side bend right. Smoothly stand up out of it, hands center. Right lunge back. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, side bend left. Good, continue to rock this at your own pace. We're just gonna go left, right for the remaining 30 seconds here. You're always thinking about side bending over the leg that's in front. Beautiful range of motion with those shoulders, right? Swipe those arms all the way up. Keep the shoulders away from the ears at the top. Stand up out of it. We've got one more on each side, guys. One more. Step back. Big inhale up. Side bend. Last one. Big inhale. Arms overhead. Side bend, and step on out of it. Beautiful, we're going back down to the ground. Lie on your left-hand side. Good. 3 total on each side. No rush getting there. Take a few extra breaths if you need it. Inhale, reach that arm forward. Good, slowly and smoothly. Good. As things start to loosen up here, I think about maybe dragging these fingertips on the ground overhead, maybe the big finger, right, all the way overhead. See how bring it all the way back. We've got one more. Inhale, arms overhead. Smoothly exhale, open and release. Good, bring it back. And let's switch sides. Roll it over onto your right. Right arm overhead. Again, take an extra breath here if you need it. Good. Inhale, reach that arm forward. Smoothly open, open, open. I'm working on number 2 here. Maybe you're dragging those fingers on the floor overhead, but really just working on a slow tempo and smooth sailing with those shoulder circles. Good, one more big, beautiful rep. Big reach, all the way overhead. So go ahead and push yourself up to a cat-cow. Make sure everything is stacked first, so we always find perfect posture before starting to move. Big inhale, drop that belly button, push your chest through your biceps. Exhale, reverse. Good. Now, if you want to add a little bit of kind of like spice in this cat-cow, you can kind of start to maybe shift your hips one side and like lean over. Maybe you want to round out and reach that hollow kind of left and right. All right, find kind of what you need here in this cat-cow. Maybe it's a little bit of side bending. Sometimes I like to look over the left shoulder at the right heel, and then look over the right shoulder at the left heel. All right, so knowing there's just some room here for not just cat-cow, but maybe a little bit of side bending, even a little bit of like torso rolling. Right? So if I think about kind of rolling that belly button in both directions, just to loosen everything up. Awesome, y'all. Strong plank position. Downward facing dog. Okay, we're going 3 inchworm with the chaturanga. Walk those hands back. Forward fold, roll to the top. Reset the shoulders. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, dive. Walk out into a plank. Chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale down. Walk the hands back, so strong shoulders. I think about pushing into the ground with the heel. The palm, or almost like the heel of the hand. Good, roll it up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Woo, reset those shoulders. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, dive. Walk out into a plank. Chaturanga, inhale up. Exhale down. Walk those hands back, push through the heel of the hand. Forward fold, relax the neck. Roll 1 vertebrae at a time. All the way to the top. Reset those shoulders. Last big, beautiful rep. Inhale, arms high. Swan dive. Walk out into a plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Walk those hands back to meet the feet. Relax the head, neck, and shoulder. Forward fold. Roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Slowly pushing those hips underneath you. Reset those shoulders. Take 1 or 2 steps to the center of the mat. Whew. Okay, reverse lunge with the left. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, side bend right. Smoothly step out. Switch sides. Big inhale. Really good this morning, y'all. Continue to rock that. Inhale. Step on out of it. Switch it back. Big inhale. About 10 more seconds here. And then we're going to repeat on that last full round. Side bend. Good. Last big, beautiful rep here. No rush. Take your time. All right, y'all. Go ahead, make your way down on your left-hand side. Knees stacked on top of one another. Arm overhead. You guys know the drill. Big inhale, reach forward. Open that chest up. Release on your exhale. Work it on number 2 here. Good. 3rd, big, beautiful arm circle all the way overhead. And go ahead and switch sides. Roll over onto your right. Arm overhead. Find perfect position, then start to reach and roll, 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 release. Good. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. One more big, beautiful rep. cow. Stand up out of it, stack everything. Big inhale, drop. Exhale, reverse. All right, change things up a little bit here by adding a little side bend. Maybe a little bit of torso rolls. I think about that belly button kind of being the center of mass of where I'm going to roll that torso. Yeah, looking good, y'all. About 10 more seconds, whatever else you need to find here. Good, meet in a strong plank position. Shift back to downward facing dog. Walk the hands back to meet the feet. Forward fold, relax that head. Roll one vertebrae at a time. Reset those shoulders at the top. Big inhale, arms high. Exhale, swan dive. Walk out into a plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Walk those hands back to meet the feet. Forward fold. Roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Slow, slow, slow. Reset the shoulders. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, dive. Walk it out into a plank. Good. Smooth chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Walk the hands back to meet the feet. Forward fold. Roll, roll, roll all the way to the top. Reset those shoulders. Last one here. Big inhale up. Exhale, dive. Walk out into a plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward. Walk those hands back to meet the feet. Good. Forward fold. Roll it up, one vertebrae at a time. Woo. Roll those shoulders down and back. Take 1 or 2 steps forward. We're going to finish out here with a full minute. Reverse lunge. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, side bend over the right leg. Step out of it. 1 full minute here, y'all. This finishes our dynamic movement and flow this morning. And then we're going to get right into some really good deep stretching. "35 seconds. Looking so good this morning, y'all. Okay, let's do 1 more on each side. Everybody give me 1 more. Stepping back with the left, inhale overhead. Last big, beautiful rep. Right lunge back. Inhale, open those lungs. Exhale, side bend. And gently come out of that. Great job, y'all. Really good time to grab some water. So I'm gonna give everybody about 90 seconds here to a minute. Grab a little bit of water. Make sure you have your foam roller close by. And then we're gonna get into some really, really good stretches. Woo. Okay. I think I'm gonna bring you guys a little bit closer now. Okay. Woo. Okay, how's everyone feeling? Pretty good? I've definitely got some temperature up in my body. A few big breaths, right? Maybe a little neck roll, whatever feels good here. All right, make sure you're kind of like in a perfect posture, just a little bit of neck rolling. I kind of like to release the head to the shoulders. Maybe you'll get a few little pops and cracks in there. Look over the left, look over the right, side bend, left. Awesome. All right, y'all, I think we're ready to get rolling into this. So we are gonna grab foam roller and you're gonna place it underneath your knees like so. Perfect. And then from here, roll all the way onto your back. You'll lift your hips up off the ground, roll it to where you're sitting right on your kind of tailbone, right? Somewhere where you can actually release your hips. Good. Now let's take a wider stance with the legs. So the legs are going to kind of come out towards the outside of the mat. Pull your shoulder blades together behind you. Arms are straight, palms facing up. Right, and we're just going to take about a full minute here to catch our breath and decompress the spine. Every time you exhale, release anything that you're holding on to. I can feel that my lower abs are actually still holding on. So if you need to make any adjustments on that foam roller, to where you can release, right? You shouldn't be holding on to anything here. About 30 more seconds of just good deep breathing. You should feel some release in that low back. Maybe you feel it in your hips. Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring now, let's say the feet together on the mat. So I'm going to bring my left foot and right foot together on the mat underneath me. Keep the foam roller where it's at, and you're going to pull the right knee up. Good. And then the straighter this bottom leg. So if I just slowly start to straighten that bottom leg, you feel that left hip bone or that left hip stretch. Yeah. I think about that straight leg working to get that heel close to the ground. Yep, exactly. Perfect. Okay, so we're pulling up with the right knee, but you're also pushing away with the left heel at the same time. Oh yeah. Good. So we're going to do just a quick switch. So it's a smooth, pull the left leg up first, grab the left knee, and then straighten the right leg. Pull on the left as you push away with the right. Oh yeah. Good job. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to continue this motion right here, but we're going to go left, right, for about 30 seconds. So this is what it might look like, a good smooth tempo. So I'm going to pull and push at the same time, smoothly transition. When you get to this point, that's when you pull and push in the opposite direction, touch that heel to the ground, and then smooth transitions. Good. Inhale when the legs are kind of up in the air, and then exhale when you pull and push at the same time. I know that feels good. Smooth inhale and getting real close here. Love it. Okay, so what we're going to attempt here is an elevated, so with this foam roller underneath our hips, we're elevated supine twist. So the important thing here, I'm actually going to turn sideways so you can see where this foam roller is placed. All right, so if I'm there. So I have a short foam roller, but it still works. So I'm going to lift the hips up and move the foam roller a little bit to my right-hand side. So I have a little extra roll on the right-hand side. You know, see that little extra piece of that roller on the right side of the right hip. Good. Now release or straighten the right leg and then pull the left knee up. Good. Now you're going to supine twist. So this left knee is going to fold over that foam roller and you have a little bit of space to kind of release and relax. Again, you may need to readjust yourself or readjust the foam roller, but we're in this elevated supine twist. Good. Your eyes and head should be looking over the left shoulder here. We're doing everything we can to close those eyes and use that powerful exhale to just release. Love it. About 40 more seconds here before we switch sides. Whatever you need here, I want you to find it. Okay, we're going to slowly start to pull out of that. All right, so I want you to just take your time, kind of rolling out of that supine twist. And then it's important to reset yourself back to the center of the mat. So I kind of maybe reset that foam roller perfectly underneath me, make sure the shoulder blades are nice and turned, and then move that foam roller a little bit to the left now. All right, so I'm going to lift and move to where I have a little bit of space on the left side of the body. Straighten the left leg, pull the right knee up. And then whenever you're ready, that leg's gonna fall over and we open up into that supine twist. Again, you may need to make an adjustment. I have to do just a little adjustment to find that deep fold or that deep twist. Love it. Head should be looking over the right shoulder here, closing those eyes and just breathing through this. Good, we're here for a full minute. Using that exhale, right? You feel all that loosening up in that low back. In through the nose and release on that exhale. All right, slowly start to roll up out of that. Good, no rush, slowly. Good, you're gonna lift those hips up and remove the foam roller. Just set it right next to you. We're still gonna use it, but let's set those hips down. Kind of take a peek. Are you in the center of the mat? Readjust yourself if you're not. Good. Okay, so now from here, what I want you to do is we're gonna place that foam roller right under the neck, kind of like a pillow. Good. And then you're going to butterfly the legs. So you're going to bring the soles of the feet or the palms of the feet together, right? And then really let those knees just fall towards the outside of the mat. place my hands, I don't know, on the inner thighs here, it kind of allows the mind to connect where we're trying to release, right? So we're really opening up hips and inner thighs here. You can start to turn that head left and right, and you start to feel there's a connection from that trap, right? That big, beautiful trap we have connects to that neck. This is a really good way to try and find that connective tissue. All right, and really just work that left-right motion and try to release the trap while the hips are focusing on just opening and breathing. Beautiful, y'all. Okay, so we're gonna kind of extend or deepen this stretch. So first and foremost, let's get the knees back up to center just for a second. So I like to grab the underside and almost assist the legs back to center. And then what we're gonna do now is you're gonna roll this to about the middle part of your back. So I'm just gonna roll up out of it, roll this a little bit further down on the mat to where, let's say, the shoulder blades, or for us ladies, maybe right where the bra strap hits, right? Now you're gonna butterfly those legs again, all right? So back to butterfly. All right, now arms are gonna be straight, almost out like a Y, and then it's a slow descend, and you'll find a space where you can release that head. You might even be able to get like a yoga block to release the head on top of if it's a little bit too comfortable to go so far. All right, so know that there's always something to work with here. Now, 1 full minute in this chest opener, as well as that hip. I need to adjust, right? So like my ponytail right now is not in the right spot for where I need my head to relax. So I'm gonna pull that out and then really relax that head. Boom, there we go. When you get in there, if there's a space where you're like, ooh, this is kind of painful, readjust, right? Maybe you need to bring that foam roll a little bit higher up on the back, right? If you're feeling any pain in the back on that roller, you should roll that foam roll a little bit higher. So I had to adjust, right? I had to pull that foam roller just a few inches higher, and that actually helped me. All right, we're gonna slowly wake up out of that. Bring those hands to center, tuck the chin in towards the chest first. Woohoo! Slowly lift those legs back up to center. All right, kick up out of it. Wow, great job with that foam roller. We are done with the foam roller. So go ahead and kind of straighten those legs out in front now. We're almost going to reverse that full motion, right? So we just did a bunch of opening of this like anterior side of the body. So we're now going to work the hamstrings, glutes, low back, all the way up into that neck in the reverse order. So we're going to be doing some forward folds here, okay? I like to go single leg, so I'm going to start with my left side, which means my right leg is going to come out to the side, like so. The palm of the foot should be on the inner thigh. Good. And then this leg is going to be kind of like in line with the mat. I tend to see a lot of people with this leg go out to the side, right? It's out in front of the body. Okay. So this is a really good place if you have a yoga strap, right? Or a towel, you can wrap around that foot. But the goal here, the goal is to extend and flatten the back, or think tall, then hinge forward with a flat back. When you can't get any more range here, you release the head, neck, and shoulders and really melt into it. Okay, we're gonna be on each side for about 90 seconds. This is one of those exercises that kind of takes away your space for your lungs to breathe. So y'all have heard me use this term before. Think about separating your shoulder blades behind you and then pushing your inhale in your lungs up into your mid back. And then you'll feel how your torso almost lifts about an inch on the inhale and then melt that belly button closer to the mat on your exhales. 45 seconds of big, deep breathing. The more you release that neck, right? So don't look up for anything. The more you can literally just let that head feel like 20 pounds, you'll get that stretch all the way down your spine. Good, continue to breathe through that. I'm gonna give us another 30 seconds. Slowly roll one vertebrae at a time back to standing. So I kind of like to push, almost like that inchworm. I place my hands down, and you almost slowly support yourself by pushing back up to a seated position. And then smoothly, we're just going to switch those legs out in front. I'm going to turn this way. Right leg out in front, left leg is bent. Remember, think tall. All right, extend, open those lungs long through the neck, and then hinge forward with a flat back. Whenever you're ready, release. Oh, I'm definitely tighter on this side. This is right side hammy. I can feel it. You guys might feel something similar to that. Right or left side might feel a little bit tighter. Right, but that's why we do this, balance it out. I'm going to give us about 30 more seconds here. slowly start to roll yourself back up to a seated position. We are gonna roll right back onto our back. I'm gonna turn this way. I think it gives you guys just a better shot here. We're gonna go into happy baby. Happy baby. So roll it onto your back. Whew, maybe take a minute, catch your breath. Good. Okay. Palms of the feet up towards the ceiling, and then the hands are gonna grab the feet from the outside. All right, outside, good. Once you've grabbed, if your head is up off the ground, relax your head back down to the ground. Maybe even try to get those shoulder blades together underneath you. And then you'll notice as you relax, those feet kind of start to fall further and further wide, right? And those knees maybe get closer and closer towards your armpits. Learn to release that tension. If your body's holding on to anything, you might feel a little shake going on in the body. Use that exhale to melt through that shake. Now, for any of you yogis that are pretty flexible, I would maybe challenge you to try and straighten your legs here. Right, so if I kind of try to straighten my legs, I push the knees forward and maybe get to kind of like a straight leg. Awesome. I know Claire's there with me. Love it. Good. And then from here, what about a butterfly? So maybe you bring the soles of the feet together again. Okay. And then pull those heels closer and closer to the body. Yes. Now you know there's a few different kind of motions here. We have this butterfly. You can release that to happy baby. Pull those knees down towards the ground. And then open them up and straighten the legs. Good. We'll go through one more round of that. Slowly move to butterfly. Pull the feet in towards the torso. Good. Back to a happy baby. Pull the knees down towards the ground. And then straighten those legs out and open. Good. Release those feet. Release the hands. Back to our mat. All right, this is it, y'all. I want you to bring your feet in towards your butt. We're gonna do one hip bridge. So all you're gonna do here is pull those shoulder blades together, palms facing up. Lift those hips as high as you can. Come on. Lift, 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 lift. Good. Roll that down. Go ahead and straighten the legs. The feet are gonna go towards the outside of the mat. And then let those toes fall open to the outside of the mat. We are in Shavasana for the next 2 minutes. Good. Keep those eyes nice and closed. No need to look up or open your eyes for anything. We're going to do a few big, deep breaths together. And we're going to focus on head to toe, tension releasing, or really just pushing that stress out of the body. Okay. Let's take one big inhale through the nose. And then I want you to unclench your jaw, relax your forehead, neck, and collarbone. A few big deep breaths here. You're sending all that energy, forehead, jaw, collarbone release. On your next 3 exhales, you're gonna send that energy to your shoulders, chest, and collarbone. So maybe your exhale feels like you're melting those shoulders closer and closer to the mat underneath you. Good. Moving down to that low back and hips. Next 3 exhales. Think about your belly button kind of opening, those obliques releasing, and the hips can drive a little bit closer and closer to the ground. Good. I'm going to give you about 5 more big breaths. If you can, try to release every muscle in your body on that exhale. Okay, we're going to keep those eyes closed and slowly start to just wiggle the toes, maybe the fingers a little bit. Roll out the wrist and the ankles. Good. Keep those eyes closed and reach your arms overhead and give me one really big good morning stretch. Big inhale, reach, 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 and relax every muscle on your exhale. Keep those arms overhead and breathe for about 3 to 4. Good. Eyes are closed. Go ahead and roll over onto your right hand side, just like we started in the warm-up. All right, arm overhead, feet are stacked, eyes are closed. Taking in these last few moments